Some of the pilots are not prepared. Some of them use India hemp. Yes, it's true. Some of them smoke India hemp, and some of them are not properly audited by the authorities. I am telling you what I know because the NCA and NEMA and other authorities are not looking after these pilots and checking them on drugs. Few comments. It's not only what our colleagues have written in the paper. The authorities that look after, I say it's seconding the motion. I have seconded it, and I'm making few comments. I feel that the authorities guiding this pilot, some of them are very lousy. In many occasions, I've stopped to fly because of inadequacy of pilots' preparation. Some of the pilots are not prepared. Some of them use India hemp. Yes, it's true. Some of them smoke India hemp, and some of them are not properly audited by the authorities. I am telling you what I know because the NCA and NEMA and other authorities are not looking after these pilots and checking them on drugs. On the spot assessment, they are not doing it because it is dangerous. And you see them walking into the airplane, nobody checked their blood pressure, nobody checked anything, nothing, and their drug level. Not that aircraft, most of them, 737-500, have an automatic landing gear system. It doesn't need the pilot to land the plane. What needs to land the plane is the computer, autopilot. But because some of them are high, they are not going to do this thing. Because any aircraft that is of new generation don't need the pilot to fly. Landing and takeoff is purely automatic. So most of these pilots are so careless. I have witnessed, I have seen by myself, I have come to fly. I told my pilots, I said, no. I don't think we are normal today. You have to go back home. So all these agencies must come back home to look after these pilots and what do you call them? And the cabin staff. Because some of them take this India hemp like cigarette. They won't tell you. If you go close to them, you will smell it. So NCA must come back to their duty because, again, the Minister of Aviation must be forced to do a quarterly maintenance.
Your time is off? Your time is off.
Yes, to do quarterly maintenance on the runways.
Chief Emeritus.
Some of the runways are not in good shape. Nigeria must preserve to service the runways because when you leave these runways, pilots will be avoiding the pothole.
Thank you very much. Nobody will take your contribution with levity because you were once an owner of an airline. What's the name of that? Your former airline? Senator Mohamed Goji.
Unlike the previous speaker, I'm not going into details of the problems of the airlines because I think it's also not good to discuss this kind of problems in details because some of these things will discourage people from, it's very frightening to discourage people from flying the Nigerian aircrafts. So I think the important thing is for the committee to seriously do an oversight as requested. If the NCA, the NAMA, they are not doing their job, it's the responsibility of the committee to go and find out and report back, and then we take necessary action. So I think beyond urging this Senate to do this motion and grant these prayers, the Committee on Aviation needs to sit up. We don't play with aviation because it's a question of matter of life and death. Any small mistake will lead to loss of lives. Mr. President, I support this motion, but when we come to the prayers, we will request the committee. We have to be more specific and ensure the committee does its job to ensure compliance with all necessary rules and regulations. Finally, I will see this opportunity to urge the Federal Ministry of Aviation to intensify efforts to at least construct an additional runway in Abuja. Many times now these days when you are coming from outside, you'll be delayed 1, 2, 3 hours saying that they are working on the runway in Abuja. It's very inconvenient, and also is not consistent with the status of Abuja, because Abuja is a very busy place now. So, Mr. President, seconding this motion, maybe I'll put it at the sixth prayer, but this additional runway is very, very important. Thank you, Mr. President.
I think Senator and submit a report for further consideration by the Senate. So I think we should allow that instead of overflogging the matter at this stage. We should allow the committee to do more job, go into full investigation, because the matter is frightening, as said by the former chief whip, who was an owner of an airline. Probably the airline has been relocated to somewhere, maybe in the Caribbean, or who knows. So, who is going to couch, former Senate leader, can you couch a single prayer? Or we give you the chance to do that, a single prayer that will allow for investigation?
I am Yahya Abdullahi, representing Cape North in the Senate. I rise to propose a prayer that this Senate do mandate the Committee of Aviation to conduct, that due to the very frightening nature of the issues raised in the motion, and the issues raised by senators on their debate on the motion, the Senate do mandate the Committee on Aviation to conduct a thorough investigation of these issues that have endangered aviation in Nigeria and report back to the Senate within 2 weeks.
Seconder, Senator Sita Zinaso.
Report on the airpiece runway overrun incident at Port Harcourt International Airport. The Senate note the report of the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, NSIB, on the runway overrun involving an airpiece Boeing 737-500 aircraft at the Port Harcourt International Airport in June 2025. Mr. President, the Senate also noted that while no life was lost, the incident exposed critical gap in safety standard, infrastructure management, and operational compliance within Nigerian aviation sector. Concern that the Nigeria has in recent years witnessed an increase in runway-related incidents, near misses, and operational safety challenges that, if not urgently addressed, could undermine public confidence in the aviation industry and endanger lives. Mr. President, the Senate aware that the NSIB report enlightened deficiency in runway condition, airfield lighting, pilot decision-making, and regulatory oversight, which require urgent corrective measures. Recognize that aviation safety is vital to national security, economic growth, international reputation, as Nigeria aspires to remain the hub of air transport in Africa. Commend the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau for promptly releasing its investigative report, thereby enhancing transparency, accountability, and the culture of safety within the aviation sector. The Senate accordingly resolved, urge the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, in collaboration with the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAM, to urgently implement the safety recommendation contained in the NSIB report. Also urge the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority to strengthen compliance, monitoring conduct routine, audit of airport facility, enforce strict adherence to international safety standards by operators. Further urge the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria to prioritize rehabilitation of runways, provision of airfield lighting, and installation of modern navigational aids across the nation airport, beginning with the Port Harcourt International Airport. Mr. President, mandate the Committee on Aviation to engage with all relevant stakeholders, including the NSIB, NCAA, FAN, NAMA, and the airline operators, with a view to ensuring full implementation of safety recommendations and to report back to the Senate within 6 weeks. Mr. President, I so move.
Senator Orji, Kalu, you second the motion, then Senator Goje will round off because of time.
Thank you, Mr. President.